The Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Jadeveon Clowney just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Touchdown! Albert Okwuegbunam. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Lawrence's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
On second and 11 now, Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 25. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game, and if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Complete to number 18. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's the end of the third quarter of play with the score
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyreek Hill from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. New York set to take the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They go play action with Lawrence. Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence, complete. Smith has it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On first down, Lawrence. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Chubb. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop him. Running left, Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. We often give credit to the O-line. There, two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Back to throw. Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Lawrence. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing now, Lawrence. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hopkins. Now Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And they'll work this down inside the 30. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job one was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So a pressure kick there by the young man, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Well, he's a second-year guy now, so he says, don't call me a rookie anymore. And I tell you, he's got a bright future in this league. And kicks like that are going to make sure he sticks around for a good long while.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Once more, Gibson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The Colts at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11. At the 19-yard.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. It's taken to the 26. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
And he is going to have a Colt. As they're able to get the third down conversion.
16 yards. That's good for a Colts.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
Going deep here for Watkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Take it in at the 22. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Jags are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's the end of the first quarter.
No score after one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
That's good for a Colts. 1st and 10 at the 15.
They'll look to throw here. Completes it to Davis. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line.
They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
The 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. It's caught by Davis. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. On first down, right back to Gibson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 now. This one caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So a long drive, 11 plays all told, but in the end, they come away with nothing.
And what can you do from an offensive standpoint except pat your kicker on the head and say, get them next time?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Touchdown, Jaguars! A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0.
14. Colts nothing.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And We welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick, and a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
And a Jaguar first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off from the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Here's Gibson to start the drive. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll set up a throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Fielded just inside the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, it's Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
2nd and 15. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 45-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They run once more with Taylor. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
16 yards. And a Jaguar 1st down.
Now a give to Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
40 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On third down, here's Gibson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Jacksonville, it was It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. They'll drop to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. First carry for Josh Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 16 carries, 70 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Jacobs going to try the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. This defense for the Jags, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And this will be play number 10 on this pretty long opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill, and this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Jaguars at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This one from 46 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me,
I know you. You like to mix it up with
like
sports.
That. They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that
really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now back to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Complete to Chris Olave.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive.
1st down, Lions.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They will run the draw with Jacobs. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Chris Olave, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to move back in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. They'll look to throw now on first down. His throw incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I like the boldness of that play call from the offensive coordinator, because he wasn't daunted even by the double coverage he expected to draw to the tight end. The result, a huge gain and a major shot of confidence for everyone on the offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs, finding space at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Steps away. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. They'll look to throw again. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after try forthcoming. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Back to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and 1 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 43 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Dillon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On the handoff, this is Jacobs, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
And this one is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that will keep the lead at 8. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 9 now. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Lions are right back in this football game. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. On play action, they'll throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars! Alberto, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
Complete. It's Henry. On the move past the 40. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Ritter trying to get them up to the line here in a hurry. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Looking to throw. It's brought in by Wilson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And in for the Lions touchdown. Hunter Henry. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On second down, it's Taylor. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They'll look to throw here. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So it's the Jaguars who come away with a win, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, just a tremendous game throwing the football. Over 400 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes included in that total. And he really just dissected this defense from the opening kickoff to the final gun.
So for the Jaguars, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll be